on Sunday afternoon. We went out there every Sunday afternoon. I mean, even when I was a teenager, I went, I don't want to go out there in the summer. My dad, hey, you going out there? You're going to be there a little while and you hug on your grandma and then you can go home. I look back now and wish I hadn't rushed off so. I remember seeing my daddy, my grandpa, and my uncles. They'd say, let's go out and sit underneath the shade tree. Grandma, bring us a pot of coffee. Man, she'd make that coffee. It was in that glass coffee pot that percolated on the stove. And sometimes she'd get talking because she's a talker. And she'd forget about it and it'd get hot. It'd be hot coffee. And she'd bring that out and bring some cups and saucers to my daddy and my grandpas and my uncles. And she'd give them that coffee. And then she'd go back in, and when she'd go back in, my daddy would look at my grandpa would look at my uncle. They'd look at each other and make sure she was gone. And they'd saucer their coffee. Pour it into that saucer. Remember that? Some of y'all done it. If you did that in Cracker Barrel, your wife would kill you. But man, I'm going to tell you something. Someday when you're at the deer camp or at the coffee shop with the boys, why don't you try saucing it one more time? Came across this poem, and I'm going to ask my friend Jimmy Stewart to help me with it. I think you'll enjoy it. It goes like this. I'll never make a fortune, and it's probably too late now. But it doesn't matter all that much because, you see, I'm happy anyhow. As I go along life's journey, I'm receiving better than I sowed. I'm drinking from the saucer because my cup has overflowed. I haven't any riches, and sometimes the going gets a little tough, but I got 2 kids, Chad and Dusty, and a little wife, Lori, and they love me, and that makes me rich enough. I thank God for all His mercies and all His blessings He's bestowed. You see, I'm drinking from the saucer because my cup is overflowed. And I remember when times were rough and my faith got a little bit thin, but all of a sudden the clouds broke and that old sun peeked through again. So Lord, help me not to gripe about the rows, the rough ones that I had to hold. I'm drinking from the saucer because my cup is overflowed. And as God gives me the strength and courage when the way is steep and rough, I'll not ask for other blessings. I've already been blessed enough. And may I never be too busy to help another carry his load. You see, I'm drinking from the saucer because my cup is overflowed. And as I plant some shade trees with a legacy of love, I'll plant each one with the blessing that comes from above. And I'll not worry so much about the shade I've bestowed. I'll just keep on planting and drinking from the saucer because my cup has overflowed. I want to be a shade tree planter.